Good evening, CAN TV viewers. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. We are here every Monday night at 7:30, and we definitely appreciate you viewing. My name is Yolanda, and I am the host for tonight's segment. I am, as always, excited to be here. The Doty Report on Comprehensive Health is bringing information about issues of community health. We are trying to bring resources. We're trying to share information about social services organizations, opportunities to volunteer, opportunities to get help, opportunities to get health care. That is what we are here all about. The Doty Report is a segment produced by the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization. It's an organization that have been around for many years, serving the Chicago community. I love to give a shout out to the founder and CEO, Mr. Don Doty. Hey Don, see I always got you. Giving a shout out. We have a guest as always, and I am going to introduce her. Then we're going to get into some conversation. Viewers, as you know, we encourage you to call in with your questions, to call in with your comments. We want this to be an engaging segment, so don't be shy about giving us a call. Once again, this is the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health, and we are here every Monday at 7:30, and we thank you once again for tuning in. So, let me introduce our beautiful guest.
Thank you.
I have next to me Miss Jackie Sharp, and she is the CEO of Lakeside Community Committee organization, and she is here to talk about her organization, talk about some things within the community and volunteering, and we are just going to get right into the conversation. CEO, so I'm gonna call her boss lady. She's a boss lady. Look, I love to give my beautiful women and all of us, their kudos, especially when you're working in the community and working in social services. It's not an easy task. So I definitely commend you. And we are so happy to have you here. So my question, I'm going to start off with just asking that you share your organization's mission.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you all for inviting me here tonight. And I want to give a shout out also to Mr. Don Doty.
You hear that, Don? You get two shout outs
Two shout outs tonight. Lakeside's mission is to empower our children and youth by making sure that they have the proper growth and development. We work with families and just to make sure that we're giving them the tools that they need to operate out here in the community.
Right, and we know that is very important. Where are you located in the city?
We are located at 7418 South Cottage Grove on the south side. Been there for I'll say many years now. Right
so
there
give
on
us a little history about the organization.
Lakeside was founded in 1964 by the late Barbara Jones Green, who Mr. Doty, he did know the former CEO of Lakeside. And it started off as a grassroots organization. Working with juvenile delinquents. And so we have been around, this make our 54th year.
That's amazing.
Yes, it really is. So, some of the programs have changed because now we deal more with the child welfare population, working with foster children and youth.
So how many, 54?
54 years.
54 years. That is to be commendable because it's so important for organizations, social services organizations, organizations that have the community's best interest to be able to sustain. And that is not an easy challenge, a task, especially when there's cutbacks.
And we have seen a lot of cutbacks. We are probably only one of 4 African American agencies that's still out here providing foster care services.
Oh, wow.
Many organizations have closed their doors.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about, because I know one of your key programming is the foster care program.
Yes.
So can you share a little bit about the program?
Well, with our foster care program, we call it traditional foster care, and then we also call it kinship care. The difference is in traditional foster care, the homes that we place the children in are non-related,
Okay.
and the kinship care is their kin. You know, they are grandparents, uncles, aunts, first cousins, fictive kin. You know, people that, you know, in the African American community, we grow up with a lot of aunties and uncles who are
Right.
not related to us biologically,
Right.
but they are
Right.
family.
Right.
So that's the
Absolutely.
fictive kin. And so we basically have case managers who provide an array of services.
Okay.
That from going to court on behalf of the children and the youth, from making sure there are referrals for the biological parents,
Okay.
if they are on track of getting their children returned back to them.
Okay.
So in our traditional and relative care foster parents, the number one thing we look for is families who, if their children can't be returned back to their parents, is that they say they want to adopt the children.
Okay.
So part of the goal is, the main goal is permanency, that the
Right.
children have some permanent homes, because we don't want taking them out of one home, moving them here, then moving them there.
Right.
So we want to, it's called concurrent planning.
Okay.
So not only are we helping the bio parents get back on track to get the
Okay.
children back, but in case they don't, we're also working with the homes that they are placed in to say, we need you to be a permanent placement for the child.
Right. So
or
you
the
guys
children.
have the two responsibilities I'm hearing. You're looking out for the best interest of the child.
Yes.
But you're also, in cases where it's possible, managing or case managing, providing some for the parent to actually get the child back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because you know, a lot of children come into care, you know, due to lack of supervision, due to lack of parenting skills, alcohol, you know, addictions. You know, so what we do, if something didn't happen that was real egregious, and the bio parent have an opportunity to get their child back or their children back, that is the main focus. Is reunification.
Right.
So we want to place them back with the parent,
Okay.
but we have to make sure that that parent is capable and ready to be able to handle the kids.
Right.
So the case manager, and as they are working with the children, they are also referring the parents to alcohol and drug treatment program, parenting skill programs, counseling programs. So all of those things that the bio parents are involved with. And every 6 months, the case manager goes to court and
Okay.
stands before a judge and say, based on these tasks that the bio parents, you know, have been working on, either they are making progress
Okay.
or they're not making progress.
Okay.
So that they'll know moving forward, is this a home that that they need to look at now? The foster parent, do they need to tell the foster parent, we're going to need you to really think seriously about becoming a permanent home,
Okay.
a foster mother, a foster father? And so every 6 months, they have to give progress reports to the judge.
Okay.
And that way they know if they need to recommend, you know, termination of parental rights or to move forward.
Okay.
So
Okay, this is the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. Viewers, please call in. Feel free to call in with questions or even comments. We are talking to the lovely Miss Jackie Sharp. She is the CEO of Lakeside Community Committee Organization, and we're talking right now about foster care. So, is there still a big need for foster parents, and then how does one become a foster parent?
there is absolutely a big need for foster parents.
Okay.
We need foster parents like yesterday.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
there are still children who are coming into care, and we need safe homes that have the capacity to take in children. Because now one of the things we don't want to happen, we don't want you to say, I'll be a foster parent, and then you go and displace somebody else in your house. So we do not want them.
Right. We have a caller. We have a caller, Ms. Sharp. Caller, are you there? Do you have a question, caller?
Yes, I'd like to ask two questions. Does your organization work with the Grandmothers of America, number one? And number two, is obesity and nutrition an important factor for the families that you work with?
Well, now we do not work with Grandparents of America. We do work with grandparents because a lot of our foster parents are grandparents.
Right.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So, a lot of them are grandparents. Now, dealing with the obesity part and all that we do, we try to encourage all of our foster parents, including our children, to be healthy, to eat healthy and stuff. Because we know that if they are not healthy, they are not going to be able to take care of the children.
Right.
And like I said, a lot of our foster homes are parents who are up in age. So they may have some issues with diabetes and high blood pressure. So we encourage them to make sure that they are eating healthy and exercising and doing what they need to do so that they can be a viable option, for our foster children.
Right, absolutely. So the case managers, I guess in this case, is really doing a holistic.
Yes.
From academics to health
to everything,
to wellness to
they are the one that basically make all the decisions, along with them. Of course, they're supervisors,
right?
But it's the case managers. They have to provide services not only to the foster parents, they have to the children. They have to give these reports not only to the courts, but also to our DCFS, Department of Children and Family Services, whom we contract with, who comes in to monitor us to make sure that we are providing the services that we are contracted to provide. So the case managers wear many hats to make sure that the children, the family, the foster home, the courts, everybody is getting what they are supposed to get.
Right. Thank you, caller. We have another caller. We thank our first caller. Second caller, are you there with a question or a comment?
Good evening, ladies. How you doing?
Good evening.
Good
How
evening.
are you?
Fine, thank you.
Shut up. Wait. Shut up, Oscar. Excuse me. I'm damn little dog. That's why I'm calling for a foster child. Please.
That little dog sound like my dog Chloe.
I get all those kids in here, they're never going to want to leave with Oscar over here, man.
Do you have a comment or a question for us, caller?
I certainly do. You guys are doing a great job, these poor babies, and anytime we can help a child. I got a couple questions. Where are these kids now, these foster children? Let's say I wanted to foster two of them. A brother and a sister, a cousin and friend, whatever.
Question.
How you go about doing that to get a foster child? Where do you go, to court? There go Oscar again. Excuse me, ma'am.
That's a very good question. Good question.
Okay, very good question. No, you don't go to court.
Okay, you have an organization, huh?
First you become a licensed foster parent.
Okay. Now, do I get to keep them? Is it like leasing a car? It's an option to buy like on a home. What if I fall in love with this baby, which I know I probably will?
You will?
What happens when the parents straighten up? They come and take the babies away like in the old days?
Well, what they do is that, I don't know if you heard me earlier, it's called concurrent planning. That the first goal is to return the child back to the biological parent if at all possible. Now, if it's not possible, then we do ask the foster home that the child is placed in that they become a permanent foster home to the child, that they adopt the child or children.
Right. Put my name on it then. Then I know. So you basically got to go through all the steps.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. You got to start from the A and go all the way to the Z, and maybe you get the baby and maybe you don't. And now one more question.
Okay.
About state funding. Not that it matters. I'm not calling because about the money. What do they do? Do they help them with a little insurance? What do they do?
Yes, they do. There is a stipend And because they don't count the money that foster parents
Right.
receive as
I'm not talking
earnings.
for
as
the money.
earnings.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
So of course you do, and it depends on the age. The money is based on babies get lesser than adolescents. Adolescents get lesser than teenagers.
Okay.
But
Right,
yes,
right.
they do provide a stipend. And then
That's
they
okay.
also,
How about
make
the
sure they
health
put in
insurance?
other supports. Like if
Right.
the child need counseling, transportation, bus
Right.
cards, all of that. So they do all of that.
Very good questions, caller. Thank you so much. Good questions. Very good
Yes.
question. She pointed out something about when she asked about if I wanted a sister and brother. What is happening with siblings?
Well, now, we definitely, in the Department of Children and Family Services, always want siblings to be placed together.
Okay.
In the old days, if you had one foster parent said, well, I can take one boy, somebody else said, I can take, a girl, and you split the family up. That's not good.
Right.
So we don't do that, if at all possible, but so we want children placed together. So
Okay.
if you have a brother and a sister or two brothers or however it is, then we want the foster parent to be able to take all of the children.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So you talked about there's definitely a need. So where are the children going if they can't go into foster care?
For some, I hate to say that some are in the shelters. We have some children are in group homes. Some are in transitional living facilities. I must say that it is more difficult to place older children than it is to place, younger kids and babies.
Right.
So we have group homes and transitional living facilities.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
in places like that.
Okay. But the preference is to put them in a foster.
And yes, the preference is to put them in foster homes
Foster
and
home.
relative care homes. Yes.
Right. Okay, good. That caller asked some very, very, very good questions.
She sure did.
We hear that there's a need for those of you out there that have an interest, and I see we have caller number 3. Caller, are you there?
Yes. I'd like to know if her agency collaborates with other community-based organizations in Chicago.
Okay.
Absolutely, we do. We know we currently we are collaborating with an agency right now, and collaboration is really the way to go. And with most funders, they want you to collaborate, and that's what we do.
Okay.
So if we can't provide the program, but a piece of it we might be able to do,
Right.
and you may be able to do something different.
Right.
So you and I will collaborate together along with other agencies,
Right.
and put it out there to the community. So we are currently collaborating right now. So yes, we do that.
Good question, caller. So that'll bring me to, and this may possibly help with that question, some other services that your organization provides. What are some other services in addition to the foster care program?
We have transitional living facilities.
Okay.
We have 3. 2 of them houses pregnant and parenting teen moms and their
Okay.
babies.
Oh, nice.
The
Okay.
other one houses non-parenting teens. These young ladies are the age of 17 and a half and up. 21 is the age where they emancipate out of the Department of Children and Family Services. So our transitional living facilities that are located in just kind of throughout the south side of Chicago
Okay.
houses 10 girls. Each of them have 10 girls.
Okay.
And they have 24-hour staff available. So the staff is there to teach independent living skills, teach budgeting, teach parenting skills for the ones who are parenting. They are there to mentor, to encourage, to continue to go to school. Some are in colleges, throughout Chicago. And once they are meeting these different requirements, then we have what we call an independent living program.
Okay.
And that means they can go and stay in their very own apartment by themselves. They don't have staff there. staff check in on them like once a month, to make sure everything is going fine, because they should be ready for that next transition. That's why it's called transitional living.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how could someone volunteer? I hear you say you have somebody like myself who was a mom at 18. I was in my first year of college. And how could somebody like myself volunteer? I mean, can I volunteer?
Yes.
Could I go and talk
Yes.
to the girls?
Yes.
Okay.
You could volunteer. Our girls would love to be able to hear have someone to come in and talk with them, and be able to say, I was a teenage mom too, and you can still achieve all these different things. Being a mom at 18 or 17 do not hinder you from continuing your education or your aspirations in life.
Absolutely.
So yes, you can go to our website, and ask the question. You can call in to our office.
Right, and I have your website. We're
Okay.
gonna let them check out your website. If I figure this out.
Okay.
So we can definitely go to your website for
Yes.
information about volunteering. And how important is volunteerism with your organization and just with social services organizations in general? But hold that, because I see we have another caller.
Hey, they try to get rid of me. I heard you saying, Paula. I put the collar on Oscar. He went and sat down. Oh, look at those beautiful. Give me all them babies on that TV. Give me all them babies. Listen, I'm married 29 years and we just never had any children. I don't know why. Who knows? Blah, blah, blah. Is there an age limit to adopting a kid? Because I'm like 63 years old, but I feel about 50, and my husband's 57. We got a lot of energy, blah, blah, blah. Is there an age limit to take a foster child? And a couple of more questions. I feed them, I clothe them, I love them. And how about school? I get to put them into school where I live, where I bring them to my home?
Yes.
Very, very, very
yes,
good questions,
all of those
Paula.
are
Thanks.
wonderful questions.
I'm going to put that baby right into school, or whatever baby it is. I can't wait to call you people.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you. But like I said, the first thing that you must do is call our agency.
Yes.
Can I give the number?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Let's get
okay.
the phone number out.
Yes, ma'am, you can give the number.
Call the agency, 773-224-9217. That's Lakeside Community Committee. Call the agency.
One more time.
773-224-9217.
That's going to be the most spoiled baby in Chicago.
Yes, you will spoil them. They are beautiful.
Well, we love that.
Just tell them that you want to speak with someone in licensing.
Licensing.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And licensing will talk with you, get your information, and will be out at your house really quick and fast to start you with the process.
Oh, boy, it's like a package deal, Christmas package coming in the mail.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, falling over that baby the first day, if they're going to have trouble, they better straighten up if they want their child back.
Now, I must tell you that sometimes, when we get a call to say we have a baby that needs to be placed, or we may have a baby and another sibling, so we have to make sure we let foster parents know that they may say, I want a baby, but...
how do you know the age to pick? Are you
and that's what I'm getting ready to explain now. If you say, I only want a baby, a 6-month-old, a 1-year-old, you may be waiting for a while.
Good.
You may be waiting for a while, because they may call and say, we have a toddler, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, so you may have a sibship of 3 or 2.
Okay.
Right.
And
I would shoot for a little bit under like 8 or 9 years old, where they kind of understand what's going on a little bit.
yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you guys are wonderful.
Thank you so much. Caller, we really appreciate it. We're about to wrap up in a sec. I want to get...
Yeah, please call the agency.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up in a second. I'm trying to remember...
all right, I'll let you go then.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you calling in and engaging with us. I know we're about to wrap up real quick. I have to ask, how are you seeing issues of mental health playing a role in the need for more foster care? Is it something that's going on in the community, why there's such a need? I know we only have a few minutes. Like, what is it going on in our community, and is it health related?
You know what? There's a lot going on in our community, and a lot of our children are being traumatized, and they're dealing with trauma. So when we get children in, we have to address the trauma that they have incurred and endured, and try to find ways to make them feel more comfortable. Because when you're out here and you are seeing abuse and being abused, you know that is something for them that they have to deal with that. So we immediately put children in counseling to make sure that they have the capacity to be able to talk about what's going on with them. And some will talk, some won't, but we just encourage so that they will be able to talk about some of the issues that they have faced. But mental illness is one of the major problems because you have a lot of parents who are dealing with unresolved issues. So therefore they go to alcohol and drugs to try to deal with it, and that when they do that, then they kind of lacking in the parenting category. So yes, mental health is major out here.
That's
with
huge.
our
So you heard
families.
it right here on the Doty Report. I wanted to bring that out because the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health, one of our whole purposes for having these segments is just to talk about health and how health all overall is affecting our community, and really being able to address the issues. We always think of physical health, but mental health, and having the resources and being able to tap into counseling and and places like AA and to help with your drug addiction is so very important. And the Georgia Doty organization is playing a key role in trying to raise awareness and connect the community with those resources. And we see that Lakeside Community Committee is committed. 54 years in the community is phenomenal. We thank you, Ms. Sharp, for being here. Please go to GeorgiaDotyInc.org for more information, and give your website once again.
www.lakeside-cc.org.
We thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back next Monday at 7:30. Again, we thank all the CAN TV viewers for tuning in tonight. This has been the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. We hope that you guys have a productive week. Thank you so much.